Hello, welcome back to my channel. My hair is a bit messy as you can see, but okay. So today I want to do another rant. It's been a while since I did a ranting video. Today's rant is going to be on drunk drivers. People basically who drink until they can't see straight or can't walk straight or something, and then decide it's a bright idea to drive a car. I mean, do these people have no brains at all? It's one thing to take your life into your hands. I don't think it's a very bright idea to try to tempt the fates or try to kill yourself, no matter what the reason. I understand going through hard times and stuff. I've been there, I've done that, but it's just not worth it in the end. Anyway, so drinking and driving, you are literally not only taking your own life into your hands, but all those other people around you. What did the 3-year-old in the back seat of that car that is beside you, in front of you, behind you do to you? What did my dog that is in the car next to you, beside you, behind you, in front of you do to you? Why do you have to put other people in jeopardy? I mean, it's crazy. It makes no sense. If you cannot see straight, stand straight, think straight, none of that stuff, you should not be behind the wheel of a car. Point blank. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you can't do that, then don't drive. You need to get home, well, then call a friend, take a taxi, get on the bus, walk, hell, sleep where you're at. Just don't get behind the wheel of the car and drive it. I mean, now you want to sleep in the car as long as the place that you're at will let you do that. Hey, fine and dandy, you ain't hurting nobody. But don't drive the car. Call a friend to come and get you. Call your parents. Somebody. You know, I mean, there are so many people that end up dead because of a drunk driver. I have actually been in a couple of accidents because some idiot decided it was a bright idea to drink until they can't see straight or concentrate or anything and drive a car. I've actually had people I know, family members, that were killed because somebody decided it was a bright idea to drink and drive. My sister's now ex-husband is dead because of a drunk driver. My sister's now ex-husband was on his way home from work, never made it because some asshole decided it was a bright idea to get behind the wheel after he was driving, after he had been drinking. Excuse me. It's not a bright idea. In fact, when I was a teenager, my house almost got destroyed because of some idiot that decided it was a bright idea to drink and drive. His alcohol level was three times the legal limit. We had to live in a motel for 2 months while our house was being redone because the idiot went right through the living room. I mean, jeez. So, if you're going to drink, hey, if you're old enough to drink, hey, have fun, have a good time. The whole point of drinking is to have a good time and to have fun. Not make yourself stupid. Not do something stupid. I mean, sure, we've all done stupid things. I've done plenty of stupid things. I'm not trying to say I'm an angel, because I am nowhere near an angel. I am by no means an angel. In fact, I tease people by saying the only way my halo stays up is by my horns. It's the only thing keeping it up. So I'm not an angel. I'm not perfect. Yes, you make mistakes. But now why do you have to make a mistake that could cost somebody else their life? Why do you have to drag other people into it? Make mistakes, fine and dandy. Don't make mistakes that are going to kill somebody else or severely harm somebody else. Those mistakes that we make, ditching school, lying to our parents, not knowing how to take our first job, that sort of thing, those are fine. Those mistakes don't really harm anyone else. Sometimes they can hurt you, but they don't hurt anyone else. So, just don't drink and drive. You want to drink and have fun? Hey, more power to you. I don't really drink a whole lot of alcohol. Me and alcohol are not friends. I am not able to handle very much liquor, but I do drink from time to time. I know my limit. Your body actually gives off cues that tells you you're starting to reach your limit. When you can't see straight and shit's spinning around, you shouldn't drive a car. You can't stand straight, you're sitting there. How are you going to drive a car? You can't even sit straight. I got so drunk in my younger days, I couldn't even pick up my head off the pillow. How was I going to drive a car? I wasn't. Not very safely, anyway. So just do not drink and drive. You get drunk, call a friend, call a family member, call a cab, call an Uber, something. Do not get behind the wheel of a car of any kind and drive or attempt to drive. It's just not worth it. You really want the blood of an innocent animal or person on your hands? I know I don't. So it's just not a bright idea. It's not worth it in the end. I mean, you can go to jail, you can go to prison, you get a big old fine, you can end up being sued by the family members or the person themselves. Your car gets impounded, and that's if there's anything left of that car. You get your license taken away, you can actually go to jail for life. Because especially here in California, they have what's called the 3 strikes rule. You get nailed for, say, drinking and driving 3 separate times, and it doesn't matter how far between those times that you got nailed for that. You get nailed for drinking and driving 3 times, and you're gone. You're going to spend the rest of your life in prison. Do you really want that? Think about your family. You think your family wants to come and visit you behind bars? Do you think your family wants to have you calling collect to be able to talk to you and then have people listening to that conversation? Or you send a letter to them, or well, your family sends a letter to you in jail, and the people that work at the jail go through that letter and read it before your family member does or your loved one does? Because that's exactly what happens. That is exactly what happens. You are locked up and you get any kind of mail except for from your attorney. The prison guards read that mail before you do. You get a package, say mom sends you some cookies. The prison guards go through that package. They open it up and they go through it and make sure that there's nothing funky going on, like they're trying to break you out or something. I get a package, I want to open that package, especially if it's from a loved one. My sister sends me a package, I want to be able to open that package. I don't want somebody else opening my mail, especially my packages. Like, when I get mail from you guys, I want to be able to open that package and be like, wow, this is great. Not have somebody else open it for me and decide if I can have that item or not. I want to decide whether I have that item, not somebody else. I want to make my own decisions. And, I mean, prison's not fun. You get no freedom of any kind, really. You just don't. You have no freedom of any kind, really. You have somebody that tells you what to do, what you can do, what you can't do. You are not able to decide at 10 o'clock at night, I want to watch TV. Unless you happen to be in one of those fancy smancy prisons that you're allowed to have a TV in your cell. And even then, they tell you when you can and can't watch it because there's lights out. That means that go to bed. You can't go to bed? Well, you just lay there awake in the dark. Oh, well. You know, you can't decide, I want to go to McDonald's and eat. You get crappy food that doesn't really taste very good. And holidays, Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, you don't get to be with your families. You get to be with the other prisoners. Doesn't sound like that's a good trade-off for drinking and driving. It just doesn't. It doesn't sound like a good trade-off for anything, really. But I could not live with myself knowing that the blood of an innocent person or animal is on my hands. I feel horrible when I'm in a car and we hit a deer or we hit a cat or a dog because it was in the middle of the road and we couldn't stop in time. I feel horrible then. I can't imagine how bad I would feel if I was driving a car drunk and hit another car or hit a pedestrian and killed that person. Or killed their 3-year-old in the back seat of the car that was ahead of me or behind me or beside me. And God forbid I harm an animal. I'd really be upset. Of course, I'd be even more upset about harming a person, especially a child. What did that kid do to me? Kid don't know me. What did that kid do to me? What did the 3-year-old in the back seat of the car, behind me, beside me, in front of me, do to me? I'll tell you what, absolutely nothing. Just do not drink and drive. It's really not worth it. You drink and you get drunk, call a cab, call an Uber, call a friend, call a family member, sleep in your car if you can. Just do not drink and drive. Just don't do it. That's it for the video today. Hope you guys were enlightened and enjoyed it. I hope a lot of you agree with me. If you don't, well, that is your prerogative. You are not required to agree with me. So, go ahead and comment your comments down below, whether or not you agree or how you feel about it. And I will see you next week. Gotta fly.